Do we want to move on to our next topic?
Let's do it. What we got?
Are we talking Father's Day?
Oh, I thought that was going to be a whole new episode.
I thought that was today.
Oh, I mean,
No?
we can roll into it.
Oh, no, I don't know. I thought that's what we were talking about today. That's
Oh, let's do it. If you're ready, let's go. This will be good.
I thought you were leading it.
Oh. Hey, I'm Brian.
I'm Scott.
And welcome to the Two Old Fashions podcast, where two friends get together, have a cocktail, and have some good conversations. How are you doing today, Scott?
I am doing all right. It's Memorial Day. We are wrapping a very wet and dreary Memorial Day weekend. But I'm doing okay.
Good.
How are you doing?
And I do think, let's take a moment to thank all the people who've served our country, lost their lives, their families. I know we enjoy the weekend. We have barbecues. We see our friends. We go to the pool. But it's a solemn holiday. So
Yes.
for anybody out there impacted, thank you. And we certainly appreciate you.
Definitely.
On the plus side, moving on to happier notes, I did see or hear that this is the longest summer that is possible because this is the earliest Memorial Day.
Oh.
We'll have the longest Labor Day. So, not the whole summer based on the equinoxes and everything, but the celebratory summer. This is the longest one. So I hope we can make it the best one yet.
Well, that's interesting to know. Do you consider Memorial Day the start of summer and Labor Day the end of summer?
I do. With our kids' schools, especially now that they start in mid-August, it feels a little funny. But yes, to me, summer is Memorial Day to Labor Day. What about you?
I agree. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's why it was
Excellent.
such a bummer. I mean, here in Virginia this weekend, the weather stunk.
Good.
It was cold and rainy and dreary every single day. This afternoon, we're recording this on Memorial Day Monday.
We are.
The sun did peak out a little bit in the afternoon. So did get to spend, I don't know, an hour outside.
Yep.
I was pretty bummed about that because this is one of my favorite weekends. We talked about it. I talked about it last week a little bit, right? Like it's a weekend for grilling and hanging out outside, and did very little of that this weekend. So I was bummed about that.
Yeah. I mean, because we get an extra couple weekends, it seems like we can try again next weekend, right?
I mean, you put a nice positive spin on it, and I appreciate that. And you've improved my mood.
Speaking of positive spins, I do want to thank you for that solo episode. It's the actual first episode I've listened to. I thought it was fantastic. I learned a lot about your favorite shows. Some I'd completely forgotten about. Ed, Leftovers, great show, just completely off my radar. So, I mean, to go in there, talk about 25 shows for 30 minutes, well done, Scott. Kudos to you.
I appreciate that. That was fun. It was a little scary,
Yeah.
but my head's already spinning. If you go on another epic vacation, which I definitely want to hear about, I'm looking forward to doing another solo podcast. I don't know if our listeners will be looking forward to it. Who knows?
Hey,
But
you said our
least you're looking forward
listeners
to it.
are up.
That's right. Yeah, we had this Memorial Day weekend. I just checked right before we got on recording. It was the best weekend we've ever had for
All right.
listeners. So
I love
thank
that.
you, listeners. I
Yes,
appreciate
thank
that.
you. I'll give a special shout out to my friend Kate. She said she listens on her way to and from work, and she's
Aw.
caught up, and so she needs some new content. She's excited about the Father's Day episode. So, Kate, we will bring that to you.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah. So, as always, Scott, what are you drinking?
What am I drinking today? I'm drinking an Eagle Rare Old Fashioned with the last of my Yes cocktail syrup, toasted pecan syrup.
Ooh.
I finished the bottle, and some cocoa bitters.
Ooh, lovely. How's
That's
it
good.
treating you?
It's pretty good today.
Okay.
What do you got? And of
All
course,
right.
hey, wait, it's a double.
Gotta be. All right. So, as we will discuss a little bit later in the episode, I did make an epic trip to Shoreham, Vermont to visit the WhistlePig farm and distillery. So, I went with, we actually had a cocktail class, and I can talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
But I am using their barrel aged smoked maple syrup.
Oh,
A bar stool or bar spoon of that, not a bar stool, different thing. We've got 2 ounces of a WhistlePig 10-year single barrel rye. I did a couple dashes of traditional old fashions bitters, a couple dashes of orange bitters, and I did not do cherries. They say they're not big cherry fans up there. So,
oh, I
and
would like
Scott,
that.
in honor of you and the great episode you did, I made it a double. So,
All right.
cheers.
Well, cheers. wait, I got a question about that maple syrup because I've talked
Mhm.
about it. I've been using some WhistlePig maple syrup the past few weeks. I got it as a gift. But is that different? You have smoked maple syrup, or is mine
It,
smoked and I didn't even realize it?
no, so I most likely yours is going to be the non-smoked. The
I
smoked
would,
is
yeah.
harder to find. I think they obviously have it at the distillery. I think they might have it a couple other places. This is actually our friend Keith, huge fan of WhistlePig. I brought this back for him, but
Mm,
had to crack it myself for tonight's
yes.
episode.
Yes.
But yeah, it smells like bacon. So you've got to be
Okay.
ready for it. It's not gonna help every cocktail. An old
Yeah.
fashioned, perfect.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So should we review the album before we jump into the highlights of my escapades?
Yeah, let's just, I don't have that many thoughts on Vampire Weekend.
All right.
So, a couple things that I'll just mention right
Just
off the bat.
for the listeners, we'll be talking about Vampire Weekend's debut album, Vampire Weekend. Came out in 2008.
So 2008, that's a very important fact. I mentioned that I have that album, and because how my car works, when I plug in my phone into my
Yep.
car or connect my phone, it just plays the songs in alphabetical order. So what's that song?
A dash punk.
A Punk. That
Yep.
is the song that always is played when I turn on my iPad. iPod?
The only thing that could be ahead of
iPhone.
it is something that has like a double A, which just
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
So I know that song very, very well. It is the most played song that I have in my iTunes. But it's funny because I was trying to remember. I'm not a big Vampire Weekend fan, so I was trying to remember why do I have this album? And I have these vivid memories of listening to that album in college. But in 2008, if I'm using my real age, I was not in college anymore.
Nope.
So I don't know what these memories are or where I actually was listening to it. But I knew every single song on that album. I was completely surprised because I don't remember anything about it other than Oxford Comma, which was their single,
Yep.
and A Punk. But yeah, I knew every single song. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But it was nice. I sometimes I want a long album. Sometimes I just want like a nice, brisk, breezy, 30-minute uh, you know, record to listen to. And that's what that was. I couldn't believe how quickly it went by.
Yeah. So I picked this one because I felt like maybe they didn't call it this in 2008, but like in today's parlance, it's a vibe, right? Like it's
Mhm.
these quick hitting. The lyrics don't actually make sense to me. I did a little bit of research. Somebody said Ezra Koenig has a critical, witty perspective. So, I mean, like, some of it's interesting, right? But, like, so 2008, I was 3 years out of college. This was about when my wife and I were getting married. And, like, I just remember this coming up, and it was just preppy to the nth degree, right?
Okay.
Like it's just four guys out of Columbia, like very Ivy. And this was like about the time the Strokes were coming up and like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Same
So
kind of vibe.
like it kind of bounced against that. Like you said, the songs are quick hitting. The lyrics don't make any sense to me, but I thought the
Yeah.
riffs were really fun. Again, when I looked it up, somebody said it was Afro pop indie. Paul Simon meets the Talking Heads. Like it was fun, right? And I have no idea what they're talking about. Like
Yeah.
Blake's got a new face. Is that somebody got a nose job? Like I don't know. Oxford comma, like that's definitely first world problems if you're going to put
Yeah.
an Oxford comma or not. This one doesn't have the song Horchata on it. Their next album does, but in this one they're talking about Darjeeling tea, like just like off the wall
I
stuff,
I
but
wasn't even
fun.
paying attention that closely to the lyrics to realize that they weren't
Yeah,
making any sense.
and maybe they do to some people. They just
Yeah.
were not to me.
So it's good. I mean, I think I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna move into my regular repertoire. I will say Sturgill Simpson from 2 weeks ago. Like I've still put that on because I really like how that one sounds.
love that.
Vampire Weekend, it was fun.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
give it a thumbs
they
up.
they definitely progress as their career goes on.
Yeah.
The album after this, Contra, similar, and then maybe I'm missing one. They have one called Modern Vampires in the City. That's definitely deeper. They did
Yeah.
one called Father of the Bride, definitely deeper. But I do remember, so this, like I said, came out in 2008. They came to the 930 Club, and I believe, if I'm remembering this right, they were only touring off this one album, and that's all they had. And the album was
Okay.
about 33 minutes. I believe they played one cover, album beginning to end, in and out in under an hour, and they played two shows. They did the early show and the late show. Because I remember, I think it was a Monday night, and we went and saw the show, and then went to a bar near 9:30 Club to watch the then Redskins game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. I love a good concert that ends, in time to have dinner, basically.
Right? I mean, we got things to do. We're not young,
Yeah.
but
I'm
I'm
seeing
glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you now, when that first song comes on in your car, you don't hate it as
I
much.
will. I will. I will. It's true.
So, do we want to introduce your album now or at the end of the show?
Let's do it at the end of the show.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it at the end of the show because I want to hear about your trip.
It was epic, dude. So, the reason I missed last week's episode, I was fortunate enough to take a trip to Shoreham, Vermont, to the WhistlePig Farm and Distillery. So, this was one of our barrel pick group trips. I went with one member from Commonwealth Whiskey Alliance, and then Ted, who owns Town Center Market, and two of his friends. Honestly, Scott, like when we first started CWA, WhistlePig was just at the top of my list. I had heard
Yeah.
so many good things about this experience. It's about an hour outside of Burlington. You fly into Burlington, they pick you up, they take you to the farm. Beautiful property. They're known for rye whiskey. They started kind of blending or, taking single barrels, some Canadian from Alberta, some from MGP in Indiana, bottling it. Now they're making their own, so we got to see all the rye. But I just cannot say enough about the hospitality. So like I said, we get there, and this house is amazing, right? So it's an old farmhouse, 5 bedrooms, and then what they call the rumpus room. What do you think was in the rumpus room, Scott?
Oh my gosh. I'm envisioning like one of those things you see online of like the dream man cave with like a bar and a huge sound system and like 3 really big TVs and a lot of comfy couches. Maybe a
Uh,
guitar you could pick up and just start strumming.
you pretty much nailed it, except
Yeah.
more guitars, less TVs. One big TV,
Really?
probably 6 guitars, darts, pool table, ping pong, a WhistlePig branded Pac-Man game, old fashioned bar, beer, like all the WhistlePig products, and just like, I mean, it was just amazing. I was like, this. I mean, I love my space I'm in now,
Yeah.
but this was the ultimate man cave. To your point, like there is nothing better. I sent you a picture. Like there was a Pearl Jam album just sitting out. Like
Oh yeah.
the records they had were insane.
That's awesome. And so I guess everyone staying in the facility can just use this room.
Yep. Yeah. So, and the only people staying there were the 5 of us that were
Yeah.
on the pick. So we went, we did like, real world road rule style. Like, all right, you get this room, this you get. I mean, like
Yeah.
it was very like not a problem, but kind of funny. So, and then a beautiful professional chef kitchen. And that comes into play because huge shout out to Chef Ash. She made the best meals I think I've ever had. I think I gained like 5 pounds. Like breakfast, waffles with the maple syrup we were just talking about,
Hmm.
specialized omelets, pastries, fruit, coffee was so good. Dinner, we had short rib, we had mashed potato, and this was like 2 days back to back. They took us out to lunch and nobody wanted to eat because we were so full. It was amazing. Lamb for dinner one night, like just immaculate. Like the best food you would get like in like a New York City fine dining restaurant. It was insane.
How can like normal people just book this trip, or do you have to know somebody?
I would say it's a combination. So because we went with Ted and Commonwealth Whiskey Alliance, we were securing 3 barrels. I believe the
Mhm.
minimum to go on this trip is to purchase 2 barrels. So
Okay.
Commonwealth Whiskey Alliance, we took a 10-year rye single barrel. Ted took a 10-year rye single barrel. And then there's this great guy, Wesley. He runs a YouTube account called The Whiskey Butler. They're celebrating their 5th anniversary, and he got a 6-year piggyback rye to celebrate their anniversary. So
Hmm.
between the 3 groups that combined to go on the trip, we purchased 3 barrels. So I believe the minimum is 2. Yeah.
Okay, then my next question is when you do this trip next year,
Mm-hmm.
can I come?
I would love for that to happen. I mean, I had such a great time. Like, I don't think I would go back just because I want
Yeah.
other people to get to do it.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten into some of the crazy stuff we did. Like, nothing to get people in trouble. But So the night, so we do the pick, and I don't know how familiar you are with the pick process, but what we ended up doing was we had 7 samples of WhistlePig Rye 10 year, one of which
Okay.
was going to go to Commonwealth Whiskey Alliance, and then one was probably going to go to Ted at Town Center Market. He was also considering a 12 year. We'll get into that a little bit. So we do these 7, and the way we kind of like to do it is everybody takes their notes, like jots down, like, how do I feel about the nose? How do I feel about the finish? How do I feel about the mouthfeel? All that. Kind of try to keep it quiet so that nobody's biasing anybody. But we
Hmm.
take our notes and then we like kind of go off to the side and vote and that kind of thing. So, there were a couple clear standouts. There were a couple, not as great. Honestly, like there was really only one out of the 7 that everyone was kind of like, well, I wouldn't love to have that.
Okay.
So some back and forth, different tastings, all that. In the end, Commonwealth Whiskey Alliance came up with one, and then Ted came up with another. Then we go to do Wesley's 6 year rye. There was 4 of those. Those actually had some pretty strong variations between them. So we kind of went through that and, helped him. It was really ultimately his pick, what he wanted to
Yeah.
do, his followers. But we tasted through and we helped. And again, kind of like 3 were great. One was kind of like, eh. So ended up with a great barrel. And then, so they,
Hold on. Can I ask?
yeah.
Just for obviously not me, but for our listeners who may be confused here, when you say that there were 4, would you say 6 year rise?
Mhm.
Does that mean that there are 4 barrels of 6 year rise and you're tasting out of each one of them? Or is it 4 different like mashes?
Great question. Yes. So those are 4 single barrels. They take a sample from it, they put it in a flask, and then you try them. So they are all unique single barrels that have not been blended. They're
Hmm.
probably similar mash bills, but they may have been in different rick houses. They may have been on different
Okay.
floors. They actually, one may be 6 years in one day, one may be like 7 years in 3 months. So
Okay.
there's going to be variations. We typically don't ask like what's the proof, what's the age, where was it. We just want to pick based on what our taste profile is. Some
Okay.
people will go into it and say, oh, I want the oldest, or I want the highest proof, or I want the highest rick house. We would just like to know less and pick what we think
Yeah.
is the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So kind of went through that. And then they roll out these 4 12 years. And so the WhistlePig 12 year is typically a blend of 3 different finishes. And I'm going to get them wrong, but like I think a port, a Madeira, and something else.
Okay.
These were ones that were like experimental and they were bonkers, Scott. So one tasted like, to me, olive oil or
Okay.
olives. Turned out that was a mezcal finish. There was another one that was a peach brandy finish. That one tasted like fruity pebbles. There was a Japanese whiskey finish. That one I actually really enjoyed. But
Hmm.
like they were just like off the wall experiments, super fun to do. Not
Yeah.
something that we ended up bringing back to our crew. But like that's
Okay.
just kind of the fun of going on these things. You get to taste things you would otherwise never experience in your
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we did that. We were probably in there for like 2 hours, and then we had the delicious Chef Ash dinner.
That
And
sounds fun.
then there's more. So
Okay.
people might not know, or they may, but like part of the characteristic of American whiskey is that it is aged in these charred barrels, right? So there's typically like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 chars, and that's just how long the barrel is on fire. And then they put it out, and then they put the
Okay.
whiskey in there. Well, instead of having a bonfire that night, they gave us an old barrel and then just let it burn all night long. So this thing is like going into the sky, probably 10 feet, and we're
Yeah.
just watching it, and the barrel is like slowly disintegrating. I told my wife, I think I got a sunburn. She was like, I think you just got red. But like it was hot. So hot. But it was so cool to watch. And then they told us, don't do this at home, but another group, not us, took a second barrel and put it on top of the first barrel to make like ridiculousness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to see some pictures.
Yes. I got a good video I'll share.
Okay. That's awesome. That sounds like a really fun trip, and I'm extremely jealous.
It was. I mean, and that was just day one. Then the next day we
Yeah,
did the whole
another day.
tour. We got to go around. So they do have 2 pigs. They're called Kuni pigs. They
Okay.
are probably the ugliest things you've ever seen. They've got like tusks, and they are, I mean, we fed them apples, and I'm not a Star Wars person, but I feel like they kind of look like one of those weird creatures on Star Wars. They
Okay.
were ugly and they were smelly. They'd been rolling in the mud. So we saw them. We saw some longhorn. Would those be cows or horses?
I don't know.
All right, like the Texas Longhorns. Like,
That's probably a cow, right?
yeah, let's go with that. So they
Uh-huh.
they they ran away from us, but that was fine.
Yeah.
They do make their own maple syrup there, so we got to do the whole maple syrupy thing. They had a special only on-premise rum that they make from that maple syrup. That was
Okay.
strong and very sweet. We went to Middlebury, which is a college town not far from there. Just kind of ran around and did lunch. They have these things they call creamies, which is kind of their version of soft serve, but like more Vermonty. I don't know. Have you ever been to Vermont, Scott?
It's on my list. I have like I think 11 states I've never been to, and Vermont is
Okay.
one of them.
It was lovely. I will say it lived up to every stereotype I had assumed. It's very
Yeah.
rural, very farm. People are very nice. Like one of our hostesses, Michelle, she's amazing. She and her husband have like an organic bee honey farm. Like
Yeah.
just sweet, nice people. Like so much farming. Everybody was mowing the grass on the John Deeres. Like just loved it. And it's like right off of Lake Champlain, which I had no idea. So
Okay.
right near the water,
That's nice.
near New York, near Canada. So yeah, I mentioned Michelle. I do want to give a shout out to the other wonderful people there. Alyssa, who helped us out, Caitlin, the bartender, and what was the distiller's name? Megan. She was lovely as well.
That's awesome. All right. Well, all those folks, I'm
Yep.
here too.
Yes.
Two old fashions.
Two.
Two old fashions.
Yeah. We did so we did another thing we did was a cocktail class. So
Yeah.
that was how they taught me to make the old fashioned that I made. A little less syrup than I usually do, which was smart.
Hmm.
And they're not big on cherries. We also made paper plane, which I made
Yeah.
for my friend Zari tonight. So shout out to Zari. Paper plane's great.
Okay.
What else did we make? Boulevardier, all the kind of
Well, the
classic
classic.
whiskey cocktails. Yeah,
Yeah. It's awesome.
I know. I mean,
Awesome.
really, one of those things where you're just like, how am I here? Like, I just feel lucky
Yeah.
to be doing this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that whole trip sounds like something that like an amazing wife might give to their husband or kid would give to their husband as a Father's Day gift.
Wait, did you just say a kid would give their husband?
Or father. Kids would give their father. They
Yeah.
might give their husband too. I don't know.
Jesus.
I didn't say how old the kid had to be.
Fair. I mean, still weird, no.
Yeah. All right. You might be right. Might be right.
But yeah, the only downside, we did get stuck on the way out. Vermont, Burlington, small.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to be on the 7 o'clock out on Wednesday night, and there were storms here in DC, and so they just canceled it. And then we
Oh.
spent extra night in Burlington, which is fine. One of my buddies used to go to school there, so he told us a great sports bar to go to. We watched the NBA and the NHL games. Really got lucky, got on the 10 o'clock flight on standby, because otherwise we would have been there a whole nother night, if not more, because going into Labor Day, all the flights were just, or I'm sorry,
Oh,
Memorial
brother.
Day, all the flights were packed. So fun
How?
travel times.
I guess you could have driven. That's probably like what, a 10-hour drive?
That was our backup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
my buddy's wife was looking into flights out of Albany. We were looking into cars. Yeah, we would have
Yeah.
made it work at some point, but I'm glad.
You could
Thanks
just
to
move
the
to
thanks
Vermont.
to the great people of United for getting us on their standby.
Yeah. All right.
All
All
right, so
right.
Scott, if not WhistlePig, like what's your dream drinking related trip?
Well, I've never done the Bourbon Trail.
Oh,
So I know it's on topic here, but that's probably one. I've done Napa,
okay.
but would love to go back to either Napa or Sonoma. Those are probably the two, I would say, two or three.
Yeah.
Do you
Have
have
you done
one?
Nashville?
I've done Nashville.
All right. That's a good
Nashville's
one.
fun.
Yeah. Nice. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
really.
have another trip that like a dream?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I've been so lucky. This was the top of
This
that
is the
list.
peak.
So there's a lot of guys in the club that really want to go to Four Roses. Like that's supposed to be a
Okay.
great experience.
Where's that?
They what's that?
Where is that? That's in Kentucky.
Yes, yeah, not too far from Louisville. Not sure the exact city, but they're known for their two different mash bills and five different recipes. So they roll out typically 10 different samples, and they're all
Okay.
just very different. And people are big Four Roses fans. So that is hopefully in the queue for our group. And I know a lot of people will be really excited about that. I would still like to do a pick at Bowman just because it's here in Virginia, a
Yeah.
couple hours away. That'd be fun. But I mean, no, just been so lucky to get to do so many. Jack Daniels
Yeah.
was a highlight. So I
That's
cannot
awesome.
complain. But this was really the top of my list. And it lived up to every expectation and more.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to move on to our next topic?
Let's do it. What we got?
Are we talking Father's Day?
Oh, I thought that was going to be a whole new episode.
I thought that was today.
Oh, I mean, we
No?
can roll into it.
Oh, no, I don't know. I thought that's what we were talking about today. That's
Oh,
why
let's do it. If you're ready, let's go.
I'm
This
not
will be
ready.
good.
I thought you were leading it.
Oh, this is where we're good.
That's why I was trying to tie the story back to Father's Day.
Okay. You know what? Let's do it. So, as Scott mentioned, travel, great opportunity to people to show people that they love. And we were also thinking about, for our listeners, what would be a good Father's Day gift. So I came up with a couple, but Scott, anything off the top of your head?
Um, well, I mean, I guess what I was going to get into is just a gift receiving in general at this
Okay.
age, right? Like, I'm sure you get asked all the time for your birthday or for the holidays or for Father's
Yeah,
Day, like, what do you want? And I always struggle with that question because if there's something I want, generally I just buy it.
fair.
And so I feel like these days it's more about like functional items that I don't want to buy myself, like the stereotypical gift of socks, something like that, right? Like I will not buy myself socks,
If I got socks, I would be so mad.
but it's like I understand it now because I don't want to buy myself socks, like that type of gift. The other thing that I really, really want, and it's like ties into the experience, right? Because I think experiences you can buy for people.
Yep.
Uh, Really, all I want for Father's Day is just like an afternoon by myself where the weather's nice. I sit out on my deck. The U.S. Open's on. U.S. Open's always on Father's Day weekend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Always, yeah. I want to order or make, but probably order like a ridiculous amount of chicken wings, like
Okay.
50 wings,
I was gonna say, what's ridiculous?
like
50?
50,
Okay.
and just like sit out there by myself all day and just like make my way through those 50 wings.
All right.
And I've asked for that for like the past 5 or 6 years. And something always happens where like it doesn't actually make sense for it to happen this year. Like the weather's not going to be good, so I can't sit outside. Or I have something going on Monday. Like don't want to feel terrible after eating
Mm.
50 buffalo wings.
Man, that's a lot. What if you did boneless? Is that easier?
That's
Or is that
probably
even
easier. That's
okay?
probably easier. But no, I like that's not my vision. Is like just I don't know, just have one of those days. I'd also
Gotcha.
probably get bored very, very fast, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'm rooting for that to happen for you. Yes,
Yeah.
I think if I mean now I feel all materialistic because I came up with a list of physical things that like would be fun for people to
Well,
buy. But
let's hear your
I
list.
mean, I agree with you, right? Like what I want at the end of the day is a nice card, somebody to make me breakfast, a little bit of time. And I will say, like back to the cards, we have younger kids. I did this for my wife for Mother's Day, and then she typically does it for me for Father's Day. Is where you get the kids to write like, my dad is X years old. My dad's favorite food is, whatever. My dad really likes to do my thing that makes my dad laugh. Like those
Yeah,
just always crack me up. I love
I
those so
know.
much. So just go on Google, find one of those that will track a nice card, a little bit of time, just some thoughtfulness. But if we are going to go through gifts, again, I started a list.
I
So,
want to hear your list because
all
I was
right.
thinking of a few things as well, but I want to hear your list first.
Well, so this started because you mentioned that cool slushy maker you guys
Yeah,
got, right?
which we used a ton this
Okay.
weekend. We made.
So,
I'm just going to throw this out there. We made frozen mimosas,
mm,
which the person that we made it for said that it tasted better than a real mimosa. We made frozen espresso martinis.
yeah.
We made like a frozen fruit punch thing for the kids. Like it was fantastic. So yeah, Add it to your Father's Day list.
Yeah.
A daiquiri machine. It can be a Father's Day gift too.
Do you know who makes it?
Ninja.
Ninja. Oh, nice. Love Ninja. All right. Along those lines, I thought like a cool ice maker or molds. So
Yeah.
like, like either the silicone squares or I even keep getting these Instagram ads for ones that look like cows. Like, I don't know. That's kind of fun. I will say
Very
what do not get whiskey rocks. They suck. Do
agreed.
not do it. That's trash.
Agreed. There is an ad I keep seeing for an ice maker with the like really clear ice,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like it's like filmed in your basement.
Really?
In fact, the first time I saw it, I actually thought it was you, and I'm not even kidding because it looks like it was filmed right behind you.
Somebody may have snuck in here without me knowing because
Yeah.
I was not compensated for that.
But yeah, that ice thing, like I have the ice molds, and they're fantastic, but then they freeze or burn super duper fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I want one of those clarified ice makers, but it's so much work for ice. Like I don't know if I actually want to work that hard for ice.
I agree. Like clear is cool, but like the stuff I get out of the plastic vinyl things, it works, right? Like
Yeah.
it does its job. So I'm with you on that. Kind of back to your like time. I think tickets to a concert or sporting event, like
Yeah.
I think that's always awesome. Like, all right,
Yeah.
here's two tickets to a Sunday Nats game. Take your friend, take your kid. Here's a gift card to Wolf Trap, like that kind of stuff. I think
Yeah.
just is cool because one, here's the thing: you kind of get two gifts out of it, right? You give it, and then when they go, they remember it again.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a good one.
So along those lines, I also put like if somebody's really into coffee, like some of these like coffee subscriptions where you get like a cool coffee every month, like maybe some special beans, something like that,
Hmm.
kind of iced coffee. Again, subscriptions I think are good gifts because they keep coming. You get to keep
Yeah.
remembering the person that you love that gave it to you.
Okay. I buy that.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I got a whole list. I mean, I don't want to
Keep
dominate
going.
this whole thing.
I mean, we
Uh,
could do like lightning round.
all right. I mean, you may not like this just based on your professional grilling and barbecuing. I
Yeah.
keep getting ads for the Blackstone, and I
Oh,
think this thing looks pretty cool. Like, it's huge. I could make breakfast on it. I could make fajitas. I could do all the things, and I'm intrigued.
so here's side note here, side tangent. But this is the problem with Father's Day, or maybe just gifts for men in general.
Yep.
There aren't that many options because everything you're talking about, like, is on my list too, right? Like, there's not
Okay.
that many options. So, but my parents, they gave me an early Father's Day gift, and it's not a Blackstone, but it's a griddle, like a flat griddle that you put on top of your outdoor grill. So it
Oh,
turns
yep.
into a Blackstone.
Seen that.
And we used it for the first time this weekend.
How'd it go?
It was pretty fun.
What'd you
The
make?
thing is super duper heavy. The thing weighs 50 pounds, and I don't know what its exact measurements are. I said it's the size of a door. It's not the size of a door because it obviously fits on my grill, but it's
Yeah.
very, very big. I have a big grill. It's very, very big. It's very, very heavy. I don't really know where to store it. So that's my issue.
Okay.
But yeah, we made breakfast sandwiches on it, a little egg McMuffin, did the
Mm.
bacon and the eggs, and then toasted the English
Yeah.
muffins. It was awesome. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm all about now the flats, or what's it called, the Blackstone or these
yeah.
flat tops. Yeah, 100%.
So it's probably just cheaper if you already have a grill to just get this top versus a whole nother contraption, right?
I So the size is going to matter because I know that the Blackstones they have in all different sizes.
Okay.
But I think the cost of the flat top, it's it's not that far off than getting just like a brand new Blackstone.
That tracks with when I looked into it a couple of years ago. I was like, huh? How is this piece of metal so expensive?
It's because it's so heavy.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Also on my list here, I mean, we've talked about music a lot. I think if your significant other, the father that you're looking to buy something for, has a record player, like buy a couple old records, right? Like I think they would love that. Just even if it's not something that they listen to every day, just kind of shows like that's fun, right? But
Yeah.
there are a couple record subscription services I've seen as well that could be interesting.
Yeah. See, I got a story for all these ideas that you have.
I know.
You know what I got as a gift for Father's Day last year? This is true. And it's another gift that my mom got me. My mom still
Okay.
buys me Father's Day gifts for some reason.
Oh,
That's so sweet. She got me a vinyl of the Butthole Surfers. And
Ow.
you know why she bought the vinyl of the Butthole Surfers, right?
I have no idea.
Because she thought the name was so funny. She saw this. Have you ever listened to the Butthole Surfers other than Popular, which was the
Nope.
song that was popular when we were growing up?
Absolutely not. That's all I know.
It is so bad. It's like them just screaming. It's not music. It's not music. So I put it on my record player when they were over after they gave me this gift, and I think my mom was horrified by what she bought me.
I
But yes,
mean,
I have a Butthole Surfers album, not
she
the one with
kind of
Popular.
she
Or is
kind of
Popular
had
was
to.
not a, wait, that's not even
No,
Popular.
Popular was not a surf. You're right.
That was not, sorry, I'm screwing it up. What's the Butthole Surfers song? Pepper.
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 All right. I really hope that's not your album for us this
It's
week.
not. Oh, maybe I should pull an audible. No, I would not do that to us.
A couple other ideas just for people that aren't big Butthole Surfer fans. I don't know why. I really like duffel bags. I keep
Oh,
buying them.
okay.
And I, for a long time, I was looking for the perfect one. I recently found this one from Filson, and it's perfect. It's like it's called 46 liter, which I guess is how much water you could put in it. I'm not going to do that. But I mean, I've taken this thing to Nashville for like an overnight for our Jack Daniels trip. It's got like a slot for your computer. It's got all these like side bags. And then I also took it when I took my son and his classmates to the National Zoo for their field trip because it could hold 7 lunches. Like this
Okay,
thing
yeah.
is amazing. It's got like it can be a backpack, but you can also hold it like I don't know why. I have enough duffel bags. This one is amazing. So if anybody wants a great bag, Filson 46-liter duffel bag at Huckberry. This sounds like a sponsored ad. It's not. I just love this thing to death.
Okay. That sounds cool.
That's my
I don't like duffel bag stories. I'm sorry.
second. I mean, how do you get around with your stuff?
I don't know. I just have a backpack.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe I need one
this,
of those.
this is the ultimate backpack. I'll show it to you next time you come
Okay.
over.
Okay.
And my last one is just fun shoes, right? Like I feel like
Mm.
everybody our age, let's just call them 40-year-old dads, has like all these fun Nikes now, or like
I don't.
Sambas. I know, but like I think we should. So I encourage our loved ones in our lives to buy some fun shoes.
I don't think I'm trendy enough for
That's
fun
the
shoes.
thing. Let other people help us be trendy.
Interesting. I've never thought about that one. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hmm. Okay.
I mean, I have a friend like the amount of whiskey I have, he
Yeah.
has in Nikes.
Oh, I know. People are crazy with their shoes.
Yeah, so I just want somebody to help me not get in the game. I don't want to get in that game at all, but I'd like some cool shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, you hit on a
I didn't
few.
hit on anything golf. You're the golf guy. Any golf
Yeah, but
suggestions,
like
or is that played out?
it's a little played out because like I've gotten gifts that are golf related in the past, and the intention is good, right? They know it's one of my interests, and they're trying to give me something that I'm going to love. But the issue is like golf. There's like it's so specific, and there's so many things that like I know I want or I don't want. Again, it's just easier for me.
Yep.
Now, if you want to buy me like a gift card to the local golf course, and that way like my rounds are paid for, like I think that is a proper gift. If you
Yep.
want to ask me like what golf balls I play or things like that, but the, people just have so much. There's so much personal preference with golf. It's tough to just like go to the store and buy a golf gift, in
Yeah.
my mind.
That makes sense. It's like kind of
What about Gold Belly? Have you ever done Gold Belly?
do not know what that is.
You don't know what Gold Belly is. Gold
No.
Belly, I'm not talking about myself. Gold Belly is a website where you can order like what do you call it? Like signature dishes from famous restaurants
Mm.
across the country.
Okay.
So let's say you want to get like Gino's Steak and Cheese or Pat's King of Steaks from Philly, right? They're probably both
Yeah.
on it. Or deep dish pizza from Chicago or brisket from Austin, right? Like they have all those on there and they actually ship freeze dried from the restaurants with instructions on how to reheat it at home to get very close to the experience you would get if you went to that restaurant.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love
It's
that.
a it's a great idea. It is very overpriced. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting anything for less than $100, which like that's what I always struggle with when I buy it myself. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, like I really want these deep dish pizzas, but four deep dish pizzas for $120, like that seems kind of crazy. But we've gotten some good stuff from there. We've gotten like some different sandwiches, like famous sandwiches. We've gotten deep dish pizza. We've gotten some amazing desserts from like these bakeries. Um, so that's a fun one, I
That is
think.
fun.
Yeah,
Especially if you know, like somebody's like, oh, they lived here and they just loved this sandwich growing up. Like that,
exactly.
yeah, that's so cool. I had no
Exactly.
idea that existed.
Yeah,
Hey,
goldbelly.com.
brilliant.
Definitely recommend that. I would say, what do you call it? Like mixers or syrups or bitters for your old
Mhm.
fashions. I think that's always fun. You can never have different, never have enough. You can't have enough. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Mixers
don't
and
double negative it. Yep.
yes, you know what I'm saying. I think that's all good. But then, yeah, just like the experience, like letting the dads have a day to themselves. I think that always goes over very well. Even like fun T-shirts. See, I thought we were doing Father's Day today, so I'm wearing my Incredible Dad T-shirt. That was a
Oops.
former gift that was given to me. So
I have one that says Rad Dad, but
rad
I
dad.
might have bought it myself.
Yeah,
Doesn't stop me from wearing it every Father's Day.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we have what, like 3 weeks to Father's Day?
Yeah.
4 weeks? three
Yeah.
weeks.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. I guess we'll have to come back to this in a month or so and do a debrief on our Father's Days.
It's a lot of pressure for our wives and kids.
I mean, it could be an easy thing, right? Like we're simple people.
We are. We are.
I just
We
want to
just
sit
want
outside on the deck and eat
just want
wings.
a little attention and a little appreciation.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Oh. Well, this has been fun to catch up.
Well, we're at the 40-minute mark. I still have an album I got to present to you, and
Yes,
I had
I am
an album.
excited.
I brought an album to the table, not physically, but metaphorically. I had an album I was going to present to you. But then, as we were talking, I actually was going to audible, and it's not
I'm
Buggle Ship.
scared. Okay.
Do you want me to stick with my original, or do you want me to go with my audible?
I want you to do what you want to do.
No, it's your pick.
Audible.
Audible. Okay. So I have a tendency, I call it my like rock out nights, where like I have nothing to do. And so I will just like sit in front of YouTube and just go down the YouTube rabbit hole
Yep.
of music. That's generally what happens. And I'll sit and watch YouTube for 2 or 3 hours. But to get in the mood for my rock out nights, I always have to have like something to like get me started,
Like a warm up.
like a warm up. And
Okay.
it's always like the same music videos. And lately, I would say like in the past 2 months or so, the Bleachers has
Hmm.
been my warm up.
Okay.
We've talked about the Bleachers a little bit. I think Jack Antonoff, who was from Taylor Swift, but like
Yep.
his songs with the Bleachers are much more like Bruce Springsteen. They're very New Jersey, two
Okay.
saxophones, two drum sets. Like it's a big sound, and it's pretty fun. They just released a new
Did you
album.
do that on purpose? Because that was his other band?
I didn't, but you're right. Good
Yeah.
pun not intended. Um, they just released a new album this weekend, and I've not had a chance to listen to it. And so, as you
Ooh.
were talking, I was thinking like, oh, why don't we just make that the album of the week? That way, it'll force me to listen
That's
to
a
it.
real audible. Like this is you don't even know what's gonna
I
happen.
don't even know what it is. I mean, I've heard the singles. The singles are
Okay.
really good. So that's the song that I use to like kick off my rock out night. Is the new single? It's called
Okay.
Dirty Wedding Dress, I think. It's super duper catchy. But
Okay.
I believe the album is called Everyone for 10 Minutes
By the Bleachers.
by the Bleachers, something like that. I think it's Everyone
Okay.
for 10 Minutes. I don't even know what that means. Everyone for 10 minutes.
I hope we learn.
But the reviews have been very, very good. So I'm excited to listen to it. And now I'm going to force myself to listen to it so we can talk about it next week.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Well, my glass is empty. I don't know about yours.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right.
That was the
Well,
hardest part about the solo podcast last week. Can I just say
you
that?
didn't get a chance to drink.
I didn't have a chance to breathe.
You did great. I'm glad I'm hard to replace just if that I give you a chance to have a sip.
Mm-hmm. There we go. All right.
All right.
Well, I'm excited to listen to this album. I'm excited to get some Father's Day gifts in a few weeks.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, well, we'll talk
All
then,
right.
right?
Cheers. See you out there.
All right, bye.